Hello everyone, this is Batosai117 here with a little quick tabletop review of a few knives that I carry on duty that may be useful information for other law enforcement officers or public safety people out there. I guess first off, everything here is going to be in the ballpark figure of $100. So a little bit of overtime, a little extra left over. You should be able to pick one of these up pretty much any time. You'll start with the first one here. Go ahead and move these out of the way. First one up is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. It's a great all-around knife. It has a G10 handle, very fine checkering, gives a great grip, doesn't absorb heat, doesn't get cold. Has, of course, the stainless steel pocket clip. The blade steel is S30V, which is considered like a super stainless nowadays, which is actually real common now. But has a nice big thumb hole to open. You can open it right or left-handed. It has it's drilled and tapped for tip up and tip down carry, right and left-handed. For those of you not familiar with that terminology, tip up means where the clip's positioned, the tip is pointing up. So this would actually be the outside of my pocket, and the tip's pointing up. You could switch that clip around for tip down carry, right and left-handed. So great knife, for ambidextrous use. Has a compression lock. I want to take a look at that there. It's not a liner lock. It's not a reverse liner, but a compression lock, which means this piece of liner or steel right here is actually going to wedge between that humongous stop pin and this gap in the blade tang. So it's right there, locks in place. Very solid lockup. No complaints about it at all. You can get a nice full grip on there. I have, I'd say, about medium-sized hands. Nice full grip. Has a choil right here. You can choke up on that for finer work. It has a full flat ground blade, which is a great all-around slicer, which just means from the spine to the edge, it's just one flat grind, besides the bevel change where the edge is at. So, great knife. You can find these for about $120, depending where you look. Good knife for on duty, and no complaints about it whatsoever. Good knife. Next up, I actually have these two, are both Benchmade Griptilians, and you'll notice a big difference here is the one has a thumb hole like the Spyderco, one has a thumb stud. We'll start with this one. It's a Benchmade 551 Griptilian. Nice. Just a nice, good-looking blade. Nice traditional drop point. It has a flat edge or flat grind right here. It's not a full flat though, because it does have a different bevel change, and then edge. It's just a great all-around knife. It has a handle material is like a FRN, a fiberglass reinforced nylon, I believe. I think Benchmade calls it Grivery. I think it's a Grivery handle. Same thing, same difference. Has steel liners, which actually house the axis lock right here. So that's going to be ambidextrous opening and closing. What that is your little bar right there, which is being held by two omega springs, pushing that forward constantly. As soon as it hits, boom, pushes forward. So pushes forward. Left, right hand, left hand, doesn't matter. You can open and close this. No problems whatsoever. That's my left hand, right hand. Beautiful opening and closing. The pocket clip can go right or left-handed. Tip up only though, which isn't bad. Purpose of that, you don't want the pocket clip getting in the way of opening and closing that lock. So, great all-around knife. Again, I have about medium-sized hands. Get a nice full handle on that. Has a very functional jimping all the way up to that thumb ramp right there. Great knife, nice flat spine for close-up work like woodwork, kindling, working in the kitchen even. I've used it for cutting up some steak. So, good knife. It's 154 cm stainless steel, which back in its day was the super steel. It's American made. All of this actually American made. Benchmade blue box. So good knife. This is the one I'm actually currently carrying. It's a Benchmade Griptilian. It's called the 550 HG model, which means hollow grind, I believe. So the difference on that edge, this is a modified sheep's foot. You'll notice the tip isn't as centered as the other knife was. It's a little more down. But it's a modified sheep's foot blade with a hollow grind, which basically means it starts thick and then slowly thins out. So you have like a concave edge on this knife. It's a great all-around user though. You can still very much stab something with that, whether it's old tires, new tires, or seatbelt cutting. So it's a really great knife for patrol. This is just a different variation. It's you can get different color handle scales, but they're actually all interchangeable if you want to do your own little customizing. But Benchmade does have a custom Griptilian section of their website, and if you buy directly from Benchmade, you get a law enforcement, military, public safety discount. And if you're an NRA member, you get another discount on top of that. So you can actually buy a custom Griptilian where you customize everything. The scales, the parts, even the axis lock could be black or silver. Same thing with the liners. You can change the blade steel. This is 154 cm also. This is their standard for the Griptilians. But you can get S30V, N680, and 690. I think D2. All sorts of different blade steels. You just pay a little price differential. But with all those discounts for fellow law enforcement officers and military, public safety, actually come out cheaper than just buying this stock version that I bought at a local store. But I wanted instant gratification. I had the money. I wanted it. It looked nice. So this is what I'm carrying. This right here is the SOG, or SOG. You can see that right there. SOG knives. That's the SOG Visionary 2. It's actually a real sexy looking knife. Look at that thing. Has a slight recurve right here. Nice good point. It's thick also all the way up to the tip. This is actually GRN, which I think is glass reinforced nylon. It's like this. It's the same difference as this stuff. Different maker, different name. I guess they all patent the name. You got to use something different. So it's called glass reinforced nylon handle. This is a VG10 blade steel, which is another like a super stainless steel. Real good stuff, real nice coating. It doesn't wear off very easily, like on the black coated Griptilian I just showed you. This will have actually has a deep carry pocket clip, which means that when this is in your pocket, that's all you're seeing is that pocket clip sticking out. That's all you can see because it's all the way up to here. So real good for, I guess, concealment. If you don't want everyone seeing, half your knife sticking out, you all you see that pocket clip, and it's right and left hand carry, tip up only. So you just pull out that screw, flip the pocket clip to the other side, put it back in, and it's ready to go. So real good knife, real comfortable. This has full stainless liners. You can see that reflection in there. Full stainless liners which house the arc lock. The arc lock works similar to the axis locks. They both hold a reported 1,000 inch-pounds of pressure or of weight before collapsing. So basically your knife would fall apart, your hand would probably break by the time the lock gives out. So no worries there. This works more on like a swing, but it also has omega springs in here. You can't see it from here, but there's the end of the spring wraps around this, which actually constantly pushes it forward, just like the axis lock. Only this is on a little swing pivot. I don't even know if I can get that on camera here. So whereas the axis lock was sort of free range in there, just floating back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This one works on a little pivot, so it's actually constantly, both sides move together at the same time. Whereas on my axis lock, I could move one side a little more than the other. See that difference there? Both sturdy, nothing to worry about. They're both 100% reliable, in my opinion. Just good stuff. Real good knives here for patrol. Again, this is the SOG Visionary 2. Has a 3.75 inch blade. Perfect for EDC, perfect for on duty. Seat belts, tires, cutting loose string on your uniform, whatnot. So SOG Visionary, Griptilian, hollow grind version, Griptilian drop point, and of course Spyderco Paramilitary 2. All these knives run somewhere close to $100. Again, one night of off-duty work, a little extra on the paycheck, some couple hours of overtime. You can get any of these knives pretty much anywhere online for the same prices I mentioned or cheaper. I use Blade HQ, and I've also used Oso Grand. I like to actually call and talk to somebody before I order it, and both the places are very good about answering the phones. So just throwing their names out there because I've used them before. So good knives for on patrol. All these knives are about 4 ounces or less. So if you're familiar with Nut and Fancy, they all fit his categories. I think he has high praise on the Griptilians and the Paramilitary too. And this is the SOG Visionary too. So all good knives, all in a reasonable price point for us being in public safety. I know we don't usually have thousands of dollars put aside to throw on stuff. So because we all have families and lives and other stuff we have money and bills for. So a couple of good knives, about $100 each. Shop around, get a good price for you. And again, hope you guys enjoyed this. This is just stuff I carry on duty, and it's worked for me, so hopefully it'll work for you.